Pay attention, you bastards.
So it's been a lot of stuff going on with Cam and Dame Dash. You know what I'm saying? And Dame Dash, if y'all haven't seen it, Dame Dash filed a $300 million defamation lawsuit against Cam. I'm confused a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm confused a little bit because I feel like I thought it was just jokes. I thought that, you know, brothers is going back and forth. You know, it's jokes. And from what Dame say, you know, he not emotional.
I like to work with you. Call him out. Who said it?
I'm not gonna say his name.
Gossiping, that's chatty. Don't tell me nothing unless you're gonna call somebody out on you. That's girl to me. I'm just telling you. I don't listen. You're not to me, right? Because I'm telling you what you said. Tell me who said it. That's irrelevant. Nah, then you see where I'm from. You don't do that. If you want to deliver the message, nah, I don't want to hear that. It's lying. You lying. Call out a name or you lying. Call out a name. Be a man and call out a name or you gossiping or you chatty.
I'm gossiping.
That's what he said. But now he has filed a $300 million defamation lawsuit. And I want to know, man, do y'all think, I don't know if y'all been following, but do y'all think Camron took it too far? You know, Camron, you know, they were going back and forth. I think initially the way it started was Camron commented publicly and was saying that Dame's movie Honor Up was whack.
I don't like the movie. I don't like it. That's why I ain't promote it. You know why I ain't promote it? Because I was in Dame house. I seen it 900 times. He did mad edits on the movie. Mad edits. The nigga Flow Money. Shout out to Flow Money. He from Harlem. Flow Money's a cop. He's locking somebody up in the shit. Then when they get to jail, he's a prisoner in the jail.
Now, my honest opinion, it was whack. It was whack. It wasn't produced well. It wasn't written well. There wasn't a lot of effort put into it. From what I see, right? And I agree with Camron saying that the movie is whack. But I do feel where Dame is coming from, where it's like, nigga, if you my homie, if you my brother, why are you going out publicly saying on your big platform saying that my movie is whack? Like that's some shit that you call me and be like, yo, this and that, you know, and that's what it is. So I do feel Dame Dash on that side where it's like, bro, you can't be, how you do that to a brother, and you know that you have a platform, you know what your words can do because you have that platform. And you see, I'm trying to do this independently and get the viewers. So I do feel where he's coming from. But I do think that filing a $300 million lawsuit for defamation is going a little too far. I feel like you're getting too emotional on the subject. Now, Dame's big thing is you brought my kids into it, and you tried to have my son come on your podcast, which is going too far.
Do you think it's all right to bring people's children involved?
No.
Did you know that Cam called my son and tried to give him money?
I heard you say that.
You think that's okay?
I need to know what he tried to give him.
It doesn't matter. He's my okay. Do you think
He
it's
might be
okay?
offering him a job. I don't know.
I've heard your answer. Do you think it's okay?
I don't know the relationship. Like y'all from the same place.
I got it.
Like he might look at Cam as uncle. I don't know the relationship. There's no relationship.
Then
I get it.
We're different. I got you.
Like Charlamagne calls my son and says, "Yo, Logan, here's something."
Why y'all beefing?
I wouldn't have a problem.
You know that sounds like bullshit.
It's not.
It does, because you know, and you have emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
You should know that if someone's beefing with someone, you don't tell their kids, and you don't get with that person's children, and you know better than that. So don't act stupid.
Again, I feel him on that. I just wouldn't do the $300 million lawsuit, but I do feel where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, if we going back and forth, that's fine. But if you bring my kid into it and you call yourself a brother and you know my kid look at you as an uncle and we beefing, that's going too far. I'm going to punch you. I'm not going to file a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Because those are brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's not to me. You don't go and do it that way, especially when you hitting them with jokes. You hitting them with jokes like 50 Cent. It was a video of him and 50 Cent, and 50 Cent patted Dame on the butt, on his pockets, like, you know, he was like, "What's up, champ?" and kind of reached out and went like this and patted him on the. He patted him on his thigh, but he really kind of like patted him on his butt a little bit, right? And Dame Dash was kind of like, bro, like, we don't do that in Harlem, nigga. Like, you let niggas pat you on the butt now. So he hit him with that joke, but Cam came back and was like, nigga, your teeth fell out while you was recording. While you was on live, your teeth fell out, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you broke. And, you know, everybody does that thing with Dame where it's like, you broke. Again, I got to say this for people because people be kind of like, you know, trying to say Dame is broke. You got to look at who's saying the person is broke, right? At their level, you're probably still a millionaire or a multimillionaire, but you're not at my level. If I'm at 10 million, you probably at 2 million, so you just a multimillionaire, barely. So he's not broke to me, like, from what I see. I don't think Dame is broke. I just think Dame's not getting the type of money that, you know, he was once getting. So relatively, is that broke? Yes, in that arena. If you had at one time you had 100 million or 50 million or 20 million, and then now you only got like 2, then it's like, yeah, you broke. You still rich, but you broke rich. So they having broke rich conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are rich nigga arguments. Oh, nigga, you only got 2 million. I got 20, nigga. Like, it's like, nigga, I could still grow to you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So it bothers me, you know, a little bit because, you know, I've always been a fan of Dame. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you know, for those of you who've been following my page for a while, you know that I always say Jay-Z has always been my favorite artist. So as a collective, Rockefeller, you know, that's always been one of my favorite crews. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've had the pleasure of meeting Biggs and cutting his hair, you know, or cutting his beard. You nigga ain't got no hair. But, you know, I've been able to have a conversation and just, you know, not no too deep shit because he's a super quiet dude, but just been able to meet him and just, you know, give him his flowers and shit like that for me looking at them as who they are. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out Biggs, shout out Dame Dash, and shout out Jay-Z just for what they've done for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's super dope. But nah, man, I think it's sad with the shit with Dame because it's like, dude, like you know, I feel like Dame makes himself look corny. It's like he came out on the Breakfast Club and was saying, you know, don't be a chatty patty. If you're doing content, you're pretty much a chatty patty, right? And he had this term where he's like, you know, that's like female shit where you getting online and you talking about other people's situations, right? And, you know, teach his own. Everybody got their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he then turned around and started doing that exact thing because he realized it ain't about no chatty patty shit. It's like, if I can get paid for having conversations, why wouldn't I? If I can make a real bag from having conversations, get my page monetized, and now make money just having conversations that I'm gonna have in the barbershop anyway, or at the crib anyway, or on the phone anyway, why not turn a camera on and, you know, talk to my people? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, once he realized that, like most people, once they realize that, they're like, oh shit, I'm thinking I gotta do TikToks, and I think I gotta do dances and shit. I'm thinking I have to do anything outside of who I am as a person. And the reality is no, you don't. You just get on this motherfucker and be yourself. So I feel like once he realized that, I think that he started changing up. But within him changing up and doing content, it's like you're putting a lot of, and I get it, it's clickbait, right? You know, it's clickbait. It's like, we want to hear about Jay-Z and Rockefeller. What happened with that? So every interview, it's Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that. This is why Jay-Z this and that. And I get it, but because he's doing it that way, it makes him look corny. And because he's getting online and saying shit like, I'm a boss, I'm a boss, I'm a boss, I'm a boss. I ain't nothing but a boss. You got to be a boss. Being an employee is corny. You're saying shit like that. And then your teeth are falling out while you're on live. And everybody in the industry is basically saying you're broke that are your peers. It kind of just makes you look a little corny. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I don't think he's corny fully. I think he does cornball shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think overall, I think Dame is still a good businessman. And if you've done something in the past, you know, it's muscle memory. You know how to do it again. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. But, you know, again, man, I think that him talking about the culture that he comes from with Rockefeller and with Harlem and with New York, and that being like street, the fact that he's going and doing a lawsuit against who he called was his homie, all because his homie had, you know, brought his son into it. I don't know about that. And him bringing his son into it, really what happened was, from what Camron explained, was his son hit, and he could be, and again, Camron could be lying, but he's saying Dame's son Boogie, right, hit him up and was trying to get some money. Like, yo, I'm broke, I'm messed up right now. You know what I'm saying? I need some money, which to me is kind of bogus, because it's like, why are you not hitting your dad? Why are you hitting another grown man? And you're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Why are you hitting anybody, for one? But why are you hitting somebody that your dad is clearly beefing with? To me, that sounded a little weird anyway. But after I seen clips of like Dame Dash talking to his kids, I kind of understand it a little better. You know, for those of you who have not seen that, Dame Dash is like, he be talking to his kids crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they not his kids. You know, teach his own. I'm not here to tell somebody had a parent, but it was just weird to me. But not to get off subject, basically, Boogie supposedly, allegedly, hits Camron and says, yo, I'm trying to get some money. Can you let me borrow some money? Camron then says, instead of me giving you money, why don't you come on the podcast and we'll pay you for an interview? So that's pretty much how that situation happened, right? Now, do I think that that's going a little too far? Because Camron is 50 plus. And if he's not 50 plus, he's at least 50, 48, 49, 50, right? If I'm beefing with my homie and we really falling out and it's a serious situation, I'm not going to do that. That's because that is taking it deep. Like I said before, I'm not going to, as Dame, I'm not going to file a lawsuit. But that's lines to be punched in your face. That's lines to be punched in your face, for real. You don't go that deep, because that's like, now Camron saying, okay, well, you know, I wasn't planning on, you know, having him talk about the Dame situation. Well, you don't have to. The fact that his son is on your podcast, of course you're gonna use that as, see, look, yeah, I had to bring your son to give him some money because you couldn't. Of course you're going to say something like that. That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? So overall, the shit was corny. And you got to call a spade a spade. But I do think that Dame is going a little too far with the whole lawsuit. But again, as always, let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Do y'all feel like Dame went too far? Do y'all feel like Dame is being a diva? You know what I'm saying? For filing a $300 million defamation lawsuit against Cam? Or do you feel like it is what it is? You went too far, so now I'm gonna go too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. As always, I appreciate the love and support. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna catch you on the next one.